When an organization decides to embark on a change journey, one of the most consequential data points it needs to inform its approach is an understanding of how the changes will impact its standard operations. This is what a change footprint is designed to do. The change footprint is a map of the impacts that an organization's proposed changes will have on that organization's operations. It gives the organization a simple but insightful way to understand the impact of changes it is planning to introduce, and thereby helps the organization strategize and plan how best to implement these changes. Developing a change footprint begins with mapping the organization's operations workflow at a summary level. This begins with articulating the results and outcomes that the org produces. So, for example, Company X is a maker of cars. Its operations workflow is designed to deliver Y number of cars every year. And, in order to be able to produce Y number of cars every year, Company X must be able to do a number of things every day. This is called their portfolio of activities. So, for example, if Company X's goal is to produce 365,000 cars a year, its daily portfolio of activities would revolve around creating, on average, 1,000 cars every day. And in order to be able to complete this portfolio of activities of producing 1,000 cars every day, Company X has a set of needs and requirements, for example, parts, equipment, and workers. So, in summary, for Company X to produce 365,000 cars a year, it must complete a set of activities every day that will result in the production of 1,000 cars daily, on average. And in order to be able to complete those daily activities, Company X needs, amongst other things, car parts, production equipment, and workers. Now, around these three workflow components are four workflow support elements, starting with the measures and metrics element that tells Company X how well it is doing in meeting its goals. Next is the tools element that identifies the key equipment, systems, processes that it needs to complete its daily activities. Next is the controls element that identifies the guardrails it needs to have in place to make sure it can sustain the daily effort. And finally, there is the assessment element that confirms that the results, activities, and requirements are all in alignment with the purpose and intent of the company. These 7 elements and components form the change footprint, and any changes that an organization intends to make can be articulated by understanding how the changes will impact some or all of these 7 impact markers. So at Dawning Systems, we begin every change management engagement by working with our clients to understand how these impact markers will be affected and articulate the following. 1. If and how the coming changes will impact the focus, purpose, or intent of the organization. 2. If and how the coming changes will produce new and/or improved results for the organization. 3. If and how the coming changes will improve the productivity of the organization's portfolio of activities. 4. If and how the coming changes will optimize and/or improve the things the organization needs to successfully execute their portfolio of activities. 5. If and how the coming changes will mean that the organization will deploy new tools to support their portfolio of activities. 6. If and how the coming changes will modify and/or improve the organization's controls for operational sustainability. 7. If and how the coming changes will modify and/or improve the measures and metrics by which the organization assesses success. It has been our experience, in over 30 years of change management engagements across different industries and countries, that the answers to these 7 impact markers are the most effective basis for formulating the necessary change management strategies that will lead to successful implementations.